Adam finally had nothing to do. No class, no work, no urgent messages. For the first time all week, he could just sit down and relax. So he did, for about 3 minutes. Then a thought appeared. You're wasting time. Adam looked around. Nothing was wrong, but suddenly, sitting on the couch felt uncomfortable. Maybe he should clean something. Maybe he should study. Maybe he should answer those messages. Maybe he should work on something useful. 5 minutes ago, Adam had wanted rest. Now he felt guilty for taking it. And that is the strange part. Sometimes your body is asking you to stop, while your mind is making you feel bad for stopping. So why can rest feel wrong even when you clearly need it? Adam used to think the problem was simple. Maybe he was just ambitious. Maybe productive people were supposed to feel this way. But the pattern kept getting worse. Even when Adam finished everything important, he struggled to relax. He could finish a long day, lie down, open a video, and still feel like he should be doing something else. The work might be over, but the pressure was not. And eventually Adam noticed something. He was not measuring rest by whether he needed it. He was measuring it by whether he had earned it. If he had worked hard enough, rest felt acceptable. If he thought he had not done enough, rest felt almost irresponsible. Without realizing it, Adam had created a rule. Productivity first, permission to rest later. The problem was that later kept moving. There was always another task, another goal, another thing he could improve. So even when Adam technically had free time, his brain could always find a reason why he should not be using it to rest. This happens because your mind can learn associations. If being productive repeatedly gives you approval, progress, relief, or a feeling of control, your brain starts treating productivity as something safe and valuable. And if doing nothing is repeatedly followed by thoughts like, I'm falling behind, I should be doing more, other people are working harder than me, then rest can begin to feel uncomfortable. Not because rest itself is dangerous, but because of what your mind has learned to attach to it. Adam was not just sitting on the couch. In his head, he was risking falling behind. And that changes the entire experience. But here is where it gets worse. The more Adam obeyed the guilt, the stronger the rule became. Every time he felt uncomfortable resting and immediately got up to work, his brain learned, good, we escaped something bad. The guilt disappeared for a moment. Adam felt productive again. And that temporary relief made the pattern easier to repeat. So the next time he tried to rest, the guilt arrived even faster. This is why simply telling yourself to relax often does not work. Because the problem is not that you forgot how to sit still. The problem is what sitting still has started to mean. For Adam, rest had quietly become associated with laziness, lost time, falling behind, not doing enough. So his body could be exhausted, and his mind would still treat stopping like a mistake. One Sunday, Adam decided he was going to take the afternoon off. No studying, no work, nothing productive. He made coffee, sat down, and tried to watch a movie. 10 minutes later, he paused it. He remembered an email. He answered it. Then he noticed something on his desk. He organized it. Then he thought about tomorrow. He opened his notes. An hour later, Adam had somehow turned his afternoon off into another work session. And the strange part? He did not even feel good afterward. He felt tired. Because he had not truly worked, but he had not truly rested either. He had spent the entire afternoon switching between guilt and productivity. That was the moment Adam realized something important. Rest is not just the absence of work. You can stop working physically, while your brain keeps working emotionally. You can lie in bed while mentally reviewing everything you should be doing. You can watch a movie while judging yourself for watching it. You can take a day off while constantly checking whether you deserve it. And if your mind never lets go, your break may not feel like a break at all. So Adam tried something different. Instead of waiting until he felt completely guilt-free before resting, he allowed the guilt to show up, and he did not immediately obey it. This was uncomfortable at first. His brain still said, "You should be doing something." But Adam started responding with a different question. Is there actually something urgent I need to do right now? Not, could I be doing something? Because the answer to that question is always yes. You could always read more, work more, clean more, plan more, improve something. There is almost always another useful thing available. But useful does not mean urgent. That distinction mattered. Adam began separating real responsibility from automatic pressure. If something genuinely needed attention, he handled it. But if everything important could wait, he practiced letting it wait. And then he made another change. He stopped treating rest like a reward. This was harder than it sounded. Adam had spent years thinking, when I finish everything, then I can relax. But everything is never finished. Life keeps producing new tasks. So instead, he started treating rest like part of the system. The same way eating is not a prize for finishing your work, rest does not have to be a prize either. It is something that helps you continue functioning. That changed how Adam planned his days. Instead of leaving rest for whatever time remained, he sometimes decided in advance. From 7 to 8, I'm done. Not because every task was finished, but because the workday was. And this created a boundary his brain could actually learn. At first, the guilt still showed up. But Adam expected it now. He stopped interpreting the feeling as proof that he was doing something wrong. That was his second big realization. Feeling guilty during rest does not automatically mean you should stop resting. Sometimes it simply means your brain is used to constant productivity. And habits of thought do not disappear the first time you challenge them. A few weeks later, Adam had another free afternoon. The old thought appeared again. You could be doing something useful. This time, Adam did not panic. He looked at his actual responsibilities. Nothing was urgent. So he stayed where he was. For a few minutes, it still felt uncomfortable. Then the discomfort started fading. And for the first time in a while, Adam actually rested. Not because he had completed every possible task. Not because he had finally become lazy. But because he stopped demanding that rest justify itself. That is the part many people miss. If you only allow yourself to rest when there is absolutely nothing left to do, you may almost never rest. There will always be something. So when guilt appears, try separating three things. What actually needs to be done? What can wait? And what is only your brain telling you that you should always be productive? Then give rest a clear boundary. Decide when work ends instead of waiting for the impossible moment when everything is finished. And if guilt still shows up, let it be there without automatically turning it into another task. Because guilt is a feeling. It is not always an instruction. Adam still worked hard. He still cared about his goals. He still had days when he needed to push himself. But he stopped believing that every unused minute was wasted. And something unexpected happened. Rest stopped feeling like the opposite of progress. It became part of how he could keep making progress without constantly draining himself. So if you finally get a chance to rest and your brain immediately says, you should be doing more, ask yourself, is something actually urgent? Or have I simply forgotten how to stop without judging myself? Because sometimes you do not need to earn a break. Sometimes you need the break precisely because you have been trying to earn it for too long. And if you can rest all day but still somehow feel exhausted, watch why you feel tired even when you did nothing next. Subscribe to Behind the Mind for more hidden reasons behind human behavior.